Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Trevor Householder and Caitlin McCauley, both from Stark Parks. We're getting ready for Trash to Treasure on November 17th. You'll be able to see who the winners are on social media beginning on November 15th, which is, of course, our favorite holiday, America Recycles Day. And I think how fun that you found that holiday, and this could be the beginning of something really big. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we are hoping that this could be something that could be expanded upon in the years to come. We were really surprised with the amount of interest that we received for this contest, and a lot of people had some great questions about the different materials that they could use, and we tried to keep it kind of vague on our description because we wanted to see what people came up with. But really, we just wanted it to be anything that's kind of recyclable, that's relatively safe to have in our wildlife center too, and the possibilities were kind of endless with that. But in terms of like categories for this contest, we wanted to have it to where children would be able to participate, but also adults as well. So we ended up kind of deciding on 5 different categories, and each of those categories will have a first place, and some honorable mentions as well.
Nice.
So we ended up having a kindergarten through 5th grade category, a 6th through 8th grade category, a 9th through 12th grade category, an adult category, and probably one of my favorite categories is the class project. I come from an education background, and I was really looking forward to this and was hoping for a lot of submissions just because schools are looking for those project-based kind of things that they could work on. And I'm sure for an art teacher or any type of teacher, if you say, hey, we want to try to enter this into a contest that we might be able to win, the kids are all about competition, and we really had some really great pieces come in
Very cool.
from all the categories. And we've really had a lot of support with this too to be able to make this happen.
These things are never a one-man show.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah. We were very fortunate to reach out to some different groups, and they were definitely on board to partner with us for it. Including some of the staff people from Stark Parks too to help put this together. We've also reached out to our Friends of Stark Parks group, which is the nonprofit group which helps support the park district, and they are providing some of the prize money for the categories. And also 2 of our other partners are the Stark Tusk Wayne Recycling District.
Nice.
And they have a lot of programs that they do to help the community learn about recycling, and they thought, wow, what a great idea too to be able to push their mission. So they're going to be helping us with the treat as well during the reception. And then our other partner for this was the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Canton. They've really done a wonderful job to help market this idea to their customers and be able to give them some ideas of, hey, we got this in the Restore. This might be something that you could utilize for your project. So I feel, very fortunate to be able to have such great groups and people to work with for this. And this has turned out really well, and we're hoping just to make this even bigger and better in the years to come.
Absolutely. It sounds like you've had good incentives for people to participate. What do they win?
Yeah, so for the first place winner in each category, they'll win $75, which is really great, especially if all the materials that you ended up getting were from home that you had anyway.
Yeah, nice.
So we have first place is $75, and then the honorable mentions are $25. And then the Habitat for Humanity Restore was also planning on giving gift cards to those winners as well. So
very nice.
Definitely some incentive to enter the contest and hopefully win.
Well, you've had great feedback by having so many people enter.
Yes.
Have you heard kind of like what their process was? Have you had any feedback as far as what they went through to get from hearing about it to entering it and eventually winning?
Yeah, so one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we included for the submissions is that they kind of give a little paragraph describing on the materials that they used. And we used our starkparks.com website as the submission process. So when they would go on, they would put their name and the category they were entering, and they would have to submit a photograph of their project and the description of the materials that they used. So that way when we were judging these pieces, we would know, okay, this is the age that we're dealing with. This is their artwork itself from a photograph, and these are the materials that they used. And we kind of used that criteria to determine, if they won and if they were finalists. So.
Reading that, what was the weirdest material you saw? And you mentioned CDs. That's kind of interesting to break up CDs. But was there anything that you saw that you went, wow, I never would have thought of that as a part of an artwork?
That is a great question.
I'll let you think about that more.
Yeah, let me think about that for a second.
Let that simmer a bit, and we'll find out. I know this is not the only event happening this fall, because Stark Parks have always got great things happening. Caitlin, what else is happening? And I'm coming back to you.
All right, I hope I have my
Weirdest
answer ready.
item. Okay.
Well, as I said earlier, this is just a really great time of the year to be out. People associate summer with the outdoors, but this is, for me, a really special, awesome time. The trails and the parks look so different, too. So just to get out and experience nature in a different season is a really awesome thing. So yes, we do have all sorts of programming pretty much every day of the week. We've got something going on. So all of our programs are at starkparks.com. We have a nice big event calendar that you can see everything that's going on. One of our featured events, though, coming up before we know it, is our Veterun, and that is this Saturday, November 10th. And so this is to celebrate and honor and remember Veterans Day weekend, and it is our inaugural family fun run or walk at Quail Hollow Park. So this is Saturday the 10th, and it's a free run. So there's no cost involved. We're encouraging families and friends and all sorts of people to come out. It's just 1 mile. We'll also have an honor guard there to raise the flag. The registration begins at 8. The honor guard and flag raising is at 9, followed by the race. And then afterwards, there are all sorts of activities. Quail Hollow is a great, another kind of cultural hub of history and nature. There's just a lot going on there. So we'll have manor house tours that day. You can go through the nature center. We'll have stations to make cards for veterans. Just a nice day to get outside and do the 1 mile fun run or walk and meet animals, honor veterans. It should be a good day, and the whole day is free.
And anybody can come for free and participate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We just want to drive that point home. It's
yeah.
just amazing. And what an awesome way to honor veterans. Again, I think when you're talking about Quail Hollow and you're talking about, all of these different ones that are so familiar to us, I'm amazed how expansive our park system is. And people still kind of maybe get it confused with, because isn't there just also Plain Township has their own thing, but it might not necessarily be considered Stark Parks. How do you keep it differentiated and yet work together?
Yes. So we partner with really every city park district, every township park district. We work very, very closely with these organizations. So like you said, there are different levels. You have the city parks and the township parks. Stark Parks, we're kind of known for our trail system. So we do have parks, but they're a lot of them are connected by trails. We're also connected to a lot of other community resources. Plain Township is a great example. We have the Middle Branch Trail that kind of starts near Glen Oak High School, runs through Veterans Park, which is a great Plain Township park, and runs south past Gervasi all the way to Canton. That's a great example of a lot of partnerships and our trail connecting different pieces of the community. And we do that kind of all over Stark County too. We're happy to work with all these great partners, community organizations. And if you want to know if you're in a Stark Park or on a Stark Park trail, our website has all of them listed. So you can download maps and see all of those things at starkparks.com.
Starkparks.com. Couldn't be easier. All right. Weirdest material that was used in the art contest.
Well, I don't know about weirdest, but one of the pieces that was submitted that I thought was really an interesting, different approach to it was someone had taken wood and they did a form of wood burning through like some kind of type of electrical process. So they, just used this old wood and they really made a beautiful art piece, but with almost kind of incorporating science into how they did it.
How neat.
So that was a pretty interesting one. In terms of weird, I don't know. I mean, there was just a lot of different things that came in that some they used a lot of common materials and some they used things that you don't really think about. But that's one that kind of sticks in my mind of being very outside of the box, creative. So.
Well, it gives us a lot to look forward to, and just see what people came up with. And when given a challenge, it's always fun, particularly kids. Now, you say you're from an education background.
Yes.
What drew you to Stark Parks?
Well, I actually came to college up at Kent Stark, and I'm not originally from the Canton area. And once I went there, I just loved the area, loved the resources like Stark Parks that we have. And after I graduated, I wasn't sure yet if the traditional classroom was the route for me to take. And a position had opened up with Stark Parks in the education department. And I'd been with, to different programs that Stark Parks has done and hikes and things like that. And I thought, wow, I would get to still teach people all different ages in the subject that I love in history. And I get to do other cool projects like this as well. And I get to be outside and hike and enjoy all the beauty that the parks provide. So that's kind of what drew me to Stark Parks.
My goodness, it's got to be just like the most fun job ever. Caitlin, how about you? What was interesting to you to bring your marketing skills to Stark Parks?
Well, I was born and raised in this area. So, I grew up in these parks and on these trails, and all through middle school and high school, I utilized these trails, and I actually went away for college, and this is what brought me back. I went to Ohio State in Columbus, and I loved Columbus, but at the time I was graduating, this job opened up, and it was just perfect. I like to tell people the stars kind of aligned, and it was a good fit with something I wanted to do career-wise and something I was passionate about, which is nature, conservation, the outdoors, promoting resources that are in, people's own backyards.
One of the big challenges of Stark County and our neighboring counties is drawing young people, professional young people, back to the area, particularly in your case, Caitlin, where you went to college somewhere else and you still felt drawn back to, we'll call it home.
Yeah.
Where did you go to high school?
Canton Central Catholic.
There you go. Okay. So, yes, to come back home.
Yeah.
And what would you say to other people in your age group who are, young professionals about the amenities of living here?
You really take them for granted while you're here. It's not until sometimes you can go away or just step back and realize all that this area has to offer. And I will forever be an advocate for Canton, for Stark County. We truly do have so many outstanding resources. I'm biased towards Stark Parks, but I mean, we really do have so many great things and parks, trails, programs, nature, and just it's a place full of passionate individuals who are really proud to call this place home.
Well, we really do and appreciate all of your efforts and everything you're doing. Let's remind everybody again, real quickly, what is happening November 17th?
So on November 17th, we're having our morning reception from 11 to noon at the Wildlife Center for our Trash to Treasure Upcycled Art Contest.
And we can stop by the Wildlife Center beginning when to kind of see everything? Is it actually open now? Or
Yes, the art pieces are not out right now, but the center is open from 8:30 to 4, Monday through Saturday. It's open to the public. You can come hike the surrounding trails, come into the center, hopefully meet some friendly staff that would love to talk to you.
And it's the newest jewel in the crown.
Yes, it is. It is
so cool. Well, and then also, if you just want to see like the best offices that Stark County has to offer, stop into their offices over at the SIPO library is there as well.
Yes,
and oh my goodness, you guys get to look out those windows at gorgeous lake and just beautiful surroundings. Wow,
yes.
Wow. Not jealous at all. Okay. So anyway, Trevor Householder, Caitlin McCauley, and Stark Parks, thank you so much for all you do in our community.
Thank
you
you.
for having us.